Well, welcome everybody. This is Dr. Hank, and welcome to Agent Wealth Success. And you know what we do here? We help you to build your business in real estate. We help you to build your wealth, to literally leave a legacy for your children and for this world. And you know, every day, every week, we have some just really special people that are on, and sometimes they're really good trainers, or sometimes they're, you know, brokers or whatever. But today we have the cream of the crop as far as the elite, the best of the best, the top 1% agent in the United States, that just hear this little background, if you will. He's only been in the business for 5 years. In that 5 years, just last year, he sold, just by himself, 130 homes, and he's going to share with us today about how he did that and how he can help you do that. But even more so, in about the last year and a half, that he has created a team, went from 1 agent to 25 agents, and that team did $132 million last year and 452 deals. So with that, let me introduce to you Ryan Fischer. Ryan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dr. Hank. I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm just fantastic, and it's just, I really appreciate you being on the show today. That it is it's something that, you know, I've been looking forward to. We actually talked about 3 months ago planning this, and that because of your schedule and everything, being able to be with us, and I really appreciate that. And so if you could, and I kind of want to just get right into the meat, and we'll make this short but very effective for everybody, that can you tell me, in the last 5 years, what are some of the things that you think were most influenced the most for you to be able to be such a top agent in the United States?
Well, I think the big thing is I came from an industry where I had to network all the time. I used to be a chiropractor. So I was a doctor of chiropractic in Minneapolis. I was networking with professionals all around the Twin Cities to kind of cross network, build my business, and then working with patients. I had I developed a way to talk to them, have them trust me, and started, you get to a point where you just start caring about people so much, and it just conveys that way. And I got into the business and switched over from chiropractic to real estate, and it was just a natural fit. Once I got in, it was all about into the business. It was all about networking, continuing the same trends, networking with professionals around the Twin Cities, growing my network, and then staying in front of that network the best ways possible on a regular basis. So it really came down to staying organized, working your sphere of influence, cultivating lead sources from all over the place, and over time I just refined those systems, and it got better and better each year. I doubled my business every single year in volume, and this year was just explosive to a whole different level.
Wow. That is just fantastic. So a couple of things that, I actually take notes on this, and I encourage everybody to take notes, because really what you're saying is some of the wisdom of the ages, if you will. And the first thing you started out with, and why I love you, Ryan, is you started out with because you really care about people. And that just shows, on how you care about people. And because of that's, what you can, where your success is coming. So let me on that. So you care about people. So number one is for everybody, don't be just thinking about the sale or whatever, that, be thinking about the people and how you can serve that. Because, if it's not that person that's going to do real estate, that they know people. And in fact, everybody knows about 250 people. And there's about, out of that, about 30 of those people they know are looking to buy or sell real estate. So, there is the influence. But you mentioned about networking. And so what are some of the top things that you do in networking as well as lead generation? You were talking about, getting different sources of leads. So start with networking.
Yeah, so I run a very, very simple system. It's I try to follow systems that anybody can follow on a regular basis. And my goal every single day is to meet with 2 new people. So
Wow.
I network with 2 new people every single day, 5 days a week. I take the weekends off because I'm doing open houses and I'm doing working with clients mostly. But every weekday I'm trying to meet with 2 new people.
Wow.
So every time I meet with somebody, I talk to them about who else I should meet with that they might recommend I talk to that might help me, might be somebody that I can help with their business, or they might be able to help me with my business.
Yeah.
And so I usually just ask people at the end of each meeting, who should I be meeting with?
Uh-huh.
And most people are, as long as your meeting goes really well, they're very confident in sharing your name with them and introducing you
Yeah.
via email. I don't want to sound like I'm just, plugging for networks, but at the same time, um, if the meeting goes well, you're going to want to meet the same people that they want to meet, that
Yeah.
they hang out with.
Right.
So
Right.
that's great. So that's one of I call it the 222 plan.
Okay.
I do 2 networking meetings a day with one-on-ones. I do 2 group networking events a week. So it could be like tonight, for example, I'm inviting a couple friends that I haven't seen for a while out for burgers and beers, and we're going, and I just say, hey, bring whoever you want. Like at Burger Jones down the street and grab a burger and a beer and just
Right.
catch up. So 2
Wow.
networking meetings a week, like bigger group settings,
Okay.
and then I try to do 2 open houses a week if I can,
Okay.
just to cultivate, just to sell more of my listings and my team's listings, and to cultivate new buyer leads.
Uh-huh.
And then not only that, but I get to meet a lot of the neighbors around the community,
Yeah.
get my face out there a little bit more. And on top of that, it gets me some social media exposure because I'm able to share my open house with people across the web. So
Mhm.
it's the 222 plan is what I run for my team, and it is spectacular. It works
Oh,
flawlessly.
wow. You
Yeah.
know, see, that right there is the only other action step that I heard that was even close to that in order to build your business right away is the action step on take a video, go and identify a market to farm in, and then in that market, just start contacting business owners and call them and say, hey, I have a business Facebook page that I feature business owners. And so they actually would just take their iPhone and do an interview with them on Facebook, and that would go on their business page. And those business owners ended up introducing, first of all, they built relationships with those business owners. They then had their employees do real estate business with them. The business owners would do it. And they ended up, this is a friend of mine out in California, but he had 35,000 people watching this because it was exciting stuff on, it wasn't just, hey, I have this house for sale, and it was, this exciting stuff. What you've done is taken it to a new level with 222 and such a personal level, doing it one-on-one and going out for beer and burgers with, a group of people, and then being able to have these open houses and share that on the social media. So that's just fantastic. And want to plan 222. And so that kind of gets me into, so how did you build your organization then? And again, I think there's a lot more meat that we could investigate and learn from you about building your business. But since we're on it, you mentioned your team and that your team loves the 222 and you taught them. How did you build your team? And so this is for all of us to understand, see, I can help anybody, any agent, I can help them increase their business to $10 million. Like this year in 2019, I can. And in fact, if they go to that dochankwebinar.com, they can show, details on that. But I could get anybody to 10 million, but what's your secret to, because you just can't do it all by yourself. And like you say, you basically take the weekends off other than the open houses. That, how did you build that team?
I mean, it started with just leading by example. I think what most team leaders do is they take their foot off the gas and they spend all their time mentoring and coaching. But I don't think that's what a true team leader does. I think a true team leader is one that wants to grow a team super fast, is actually being out there and hustling and inspiring people to work harder and be better at what they're doing. And so my big thing is, I'm out there grinding away every single day. And so people are like, well, what's Ryan doing this weekend? I want to do that. And so they kind of plug into my system saying, hey, I'm going to follow that system. And then I plug them into all my other systems that I have for my personal business. I give my teammates access to the same system. So I do quarterly mailers to all my past clients and all my sphere of influence. I do reinvestment protocols with reinvesting back into Zillow leads and Realtor.com leads so that the funnel never goes dry on leads. Reinvesting back into networking platforms to keep the team socially networked together so that people want to hang out with other people on the team. And I think that's probably the culture of the team is really important. We don't charge a ton of commission splits, and that's something too, is we're really, really competitive on that because we want the best of the best agents, and the best of the best agents aren't going to be working for somebody that's taking 50% of their commission.
Right.
So I think you put all that together, reinvesting team money back into the growth of everybody on the team. By doing so and reinvesting back into leads and whatnot, you can create a really fun growth model that just keeps going and going and going.
Man, Ryan, that is just so powerful. And, it really goes back to about caring for people again, because I could just tell the way that you're talking about your people. It's like, you're actually thinking about them and seeing their faces and, thinking about their names and who they are. And that, it's really about helping them to become successful. And then I just love this leadership by example, that you're right. So many people that, will, I'm going to build a team. And they think, I'm building a team and then I don't have to do anything. And you really can't build, you got to care for your team, and you by leading by example, on doing that is fantastic. One little comment that I would do that could maybe even tweak your system. I mean, you already have the top system in America, and the top 1%, and the top agent, and one of the top agents, of the few in America. That on those lead programs, that my own experience has been that those Realtor and Zillow leads are just really, it's 1 out of 100 close, and you probably have a better close ratio because of some things you're doing. But on average, it's 1 out of 100. And then, the lead goes to, I don't know, Zillow told me it goes to about 20 people. And if you don't call within 90 seconds, so that you won't get the deal, somebody else will get it. And that's why I like, there's some other lead systems out there that I think might be helpful. And of course, there's an investment to those. And like one is this KV Core one, but it costs $1,000 up front and then $1,600 per month. But I have a way to be able to do that for much less. But have you thought about other systems, or are you seeing some pretty good success with this Realtor.com and Zillow?
Yeah, I mean, I've used every system. I would like to think I've used every system out there that actually has a decent reputation. I've used, conversion. I've used follow-up costs. I've used, we use Contactually pretty regularly for staying in front of our sphere of influence.
What was that one called?
Contactually.
How do I spell that?
CONTACTUALLY.
Oh, cool. And what does that do?
It's basically a reminder system of who you haven't reached out to in a long time. So like you can set it up so that you're reminded to reach out to, people in a certain group every month, other people in a different group every 2 months, other people in a
Wow.
different group, and you organize your contacts based on how frequently you should be contacting them, not
Mhm.
based on how frequently you are contacting them. So then it
Uh,
pops up in the morning. It gives you an email and says, "Hey Ryan, you should reach out to these 5 people today," and then it conveys what you've talked to them recently about, and you can basically re-stimulate the conversation with them, or reach out to them and invite them to a networking thing, or invite
wow.
them for coffee or whatever, or just check in on them and wish them a happy birthday or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
slick. It works really, really well.
Wow, that's great. And so, in essence, it's a CRM program. Then is
Yeah,
that?
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Good.
most of these are. I mean, KV
Uh-huh.
Core, Conversion, Follow Up Boss. All of these are some
Yeah.
sort of contact management system, but it's all
Right.
how you use it.
Right.
It's like some
Right.
people use it for procuring leads, some people use them for follow-ups, some people just use them for drip campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all a
So
little different.
when you get 5 leads, like in the day, let's say today you receive an email and says, "Hey, follow up on these 5 people." Do you
Yeah,
normally call them, or is it a text or an email, or how do you follow up? Is there a certain way?
pretty much everything at the same time.
No
Like
kidding.
I send them, I'll send them, yeah, I'll send them an email, a text message, and a phone call within 30 seconds.
Wow. And is that automatically done with contextually?
Through Follow Up Boss,
Okay,
it
follow up us. Yeah.
automatically does the email and the text message, and
Uh-huh.
then I have people that call them to get them on the line. And once those people get them on the line, then they do a hard transfer of them, or a warm transfer of them right to one of my agents on my team,
Okay,
or myself, depending on who's available.
that's awesome. So you have can I call it a call center? Is that,
Yeah, I mean, so I use
or,
like Zillow Concierge for
okay,
the Zillow leads, and then I use another different call center for Realtor.com leads. So,
okay.
different companies are better at different stuff, and so you want to use the best of the best with every single one.
Yeah.
And so whatever integrates the best.
Uh-huh. Well, is there
Yeah.
one that isn't tied to the leads? In other words, the Zillow concierge is tied to Zillow leads. Is there one where you can take any leads? Is there a system that you're using that could take any leads?
That's what I use Follow Up Boss for.
Got it. Got
They
it. So,
basically brings all the leads into one system. It's
uh-huh.
definitely the best system that I've seen out there amongst trying stuff. It just takes all the leads, puts them into one thing in one place in one app, and
Yeah.
then you can funnel them from there into contactually for follow up emails. You can funnel them into um, whatever outsourcing you want to do later on. You
Yeah.
can send them off to lenders if you want lenders to have their information to call on them later. You can
Mhm.
have a direct link right over to that. So it's pretty slick. It works
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, no complaints.
It's just really amazing that, like I already know, once we met and everything, and I knew you were a top 1%. I knew that number one, you cared about people, and number two, you had systems behind you. And so there you are. You just rattled off. Here's the systems that I have, and so that's what top people do. And for all of us to take a note here, Ryan is the top, and how to get to the top, caring about people and the systems. And would you say, is that how to get to the top, or is there anything else that you could share with us on how to get to the top, to
Well,
that mountain with no
yeah,
top on it?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but
Yeah.
I think one, it's having good systems, but two is working a system that is proven time and time again. So
Mhm.
like I work the kind of the Brian Buffini model,
Yeah.
working the system that, hey, I'm going to stay in front of my friends, my family, my referral partners over and over and over again. So I really am a fond believer in what he preaches,
Uh-huh.
and I really love his work. And
Yeah.
so I do everything I do in my business is geared off of giving out referrals, like the P&I model, and then the Brian Buffini systems for staying in front of my sphere. So,
Okay.
so I'm always figuring out ways to send referrals over to other friends of mine and clients of mine so that their business is thriving.
Yeah.
If I can make their business thriving, they're making more money. So guess what? They're going to buy a bigger house with me in a few years. So, the success that surrounds you is directly related to the success of your business as a realtor. And I think the more successful your friends are and the more you can make them successful, the better you're going to be at the same time. So everything I do is kind of revolving off that.
Man. And see, those and that just gives me God bumps hearing that, because what I heard with that is on how you not only are getting referrals, but you're giving referrals too. And you care about people, and so you care about building their business too. And so one of the ways too is on referrals, that hey, when you have someone that you do referrals. And I personally I love being so connected with resources in real estate. And some people say, I'm the guru of real estate, whatever, with all these connections. But it's been just such a blessing, because, you meet all these wonderful people that have wonderful things. Like I right now have, and this is for our listeners as well as you, Ryan, like I just, speaking of connections and how it can just grow into something amazing, but a way to actually eliminate, not defer, but eliminate capital gains on when you're doing a property investment and you sell that property and there's capital gains, and you immediately are charged 20%. You can't get out of it. I have a way to defer it, and then actually to help the society as a whole by deferring it. And the people are at least 3 times more wealthy than they otherwise would be. And it's like, oh, what a blessing, and all of us can do these big deals. And so if anybody knows any real estate investors, just, have them contact me, and I'd be happy to give a referral on the people that, know how to do that, because it really is a blessing on how it gives back to society, and then it increases basically everybody's wealth, and exactly what you have done. So we've talked about what an amazing agent you are and how you did it, and basically those 3 overview steps on you care for people, you have the systems, and then this continual follow, being in front of people. We talked about building your team, and how you're doing it through your leadership, and then you give them everything that you taught them, so you're helping them, and you're not raking them over the coals, and you're giving them a lot of their commission back, et cetera. And so it's just a great way to build a team and to really care for your people and truly get the team. But you've done another amazing thing that I'm excited to actually share with everybody today, that you are so good that you created a referral system that is a program that you're going to be able to offer to all of our listeners today. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
That is just fantastic.
Exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. So can you tell us about, so again, you heard, everybody, you heard why Brian is successful. One of the ways is this referrals and being able to do referrals. And that then got him into what he's going to share with us now that's going to help you build your business. So can you share a little about what's the name? I believe it's called Refer, right? With 2 R's.
Yep. That's correct. Yeah. It's an awesome app for Android and Apple users.
Okay.
It is downloadable for helping you, and I call it a referral management system instead of a contact management system. It's a referral management system.
Cool.
Basically, in its simplest form, it's a virtual business card that can be transferred from one person to another, and you can follow your business card to see who has your information in their phone. And
wow.
So if I send my virtual business card to you, Dr. Hank, then you send it to Jimmy John down the street who is looking for a realtor, I can see on my end that Jimmy John got my information from you.
Wow.
And now I can reach out to you and say, hey, Dr. Hank, thanks for sending my information to Jimmy John. He did reach out to me, awesome client, helping him buy a house. And now I have a permanent record in my app that shows who sent my information to who. And, let's say Jimmy John ends up buying 10 homes with me in the next 5 years, and I've got you to thank for it. I know that where that connection came from, and I know how they got my information. And through that app, if you update your email address, let's say you change real estate teams and now you go to a different team, you can update it in the app, and now everybody that has your business card or your virtual business card, their information will be updated with your newest information. So you never have to reach out to your sphere of influence ever again and say, hey, guess what, guys? I just changed teams, and now I've got a new cell phone number and a new email address and a mailing address. Like, everybody will always have your most up-to-date information at all times. So you never have to deal with that drama again.
My goodness.
And then the best part about the app is I made it so that you can send gift cards to any of your friends in the app with the click of a button. It's literally 2 clicks. We'll send them a gift card right to the app. And so you can send gift cards for Chipotle, for Nordstrom's, for Macy's, Starbucks, you name the restaurant. It's probably any big chain restaurants. I've got it set up so that you can send a gift card from myself to somebody else just by having a credit card in the app. So, and it'll show up in their phone. It kind of shows up. Let me see if I can pull this up here just to show you a glance at it. So the app looks like this.
Okay.
It's a very simple to use app. And you click on it. And if I want to send one of my friends a gift card, I click on their name and let's see if I can do this here. Click on these dots next to their thing, drop down, and it says send them a gift card. Pops up all the different companies that we have to send gift cards. I want to send a Chipotle gift card. I click on there, drag it to how much I want to send, $10, and enter my credit card and hit checkout. It sends them a gift card right to their phone. and then you're never going to lose. Then your friends will never lose gift cards ever again either. So then you go right into your zone, and you can see all the gift cards that people have sent you, and it shows up, and you can use this right at the checkout at Home Depot or wherever you got the gift card for. So I'm using this to kind of incentivize people to share my information with other people. So not like I'm incentivizing them to give me real estate leads or anything like that, but I'm using this as a tool to help realtors to say, hey, share my information with your parents and your mother who, may be needing a home at some point. And if they refer my information out there more to the public, kind of like help me market, I send them Chipotle gift cards for $10 just to help them stimulate the whole referral system. So,
oh my goodness gracious, it's really genius.
It's really working out. It's really awesome. And
so are you telling us that, so you basically, created this to help you build your business, but now, and the referrals and everything, but now you're saying you're going to offer it to us?
I'm offering it to everybody that's watching this, and Yep, and I'll even throw in a gift card for everybody watching your show here.
Oh my God, that's fantastic!
So that when they set up their business profile on the app, I will send them a gift card for setting that up.
Wow, that's great. Well, walk us through. We have a couple minutes here. Walk us through on what do we need to do in order to sign up for this?
Yeah, so basically, all they have to do.
I'm signing up today.
Yes, all they have to do. I just need their name and their email address, and I'll send them a version of the app so they can download it. And then the second they have it downloaded, if they add me and if they want to add you as well, you as a client or as a contact in the list. They can do that, and then we can send them our contact information for our business. So if they have any questions, they can reach out anytime. But also, then I can send them a gift card right through the app. So
That's great. That's
yeah,
great. So tell me on how do we get a hold of you, Brian? You know, you've really just been, this has been a magical day for us that you
yeah,
told us how to be a great agent, how to build your team, and now you're giving us this gift of you know, how to do it. So how do we contact you as far as getting into Refer and getting this amazing new tool?
yeah. You can do it a couple different ways. One is they can either send me an email and
Okay.
just so I have their name and email and I can get them set up on the app.
Okay.
That's
And what
probably
is that?
and
And
my
what
email
is that?
is my name Ryan Fisher.
Uh-huh.
That's the easiest way just to address me. But then my email address is Ryan RYAN at pro team TEAMMN as in Minnesota.com. Ryan at proteammn.com. And
Got
so
it. Got it.
my team, if you want to Google our team as well, it's proteammn.com is our team website. So if anybody wants to look us up, get my
Great.
contact information off of that, they can do that as well.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and Ryan Fisher, Fisher is Fischer, just so everybody knows. They can Google him and do it. And so that now reminds me of. So you know, thank you so much, first of all,
Yeah,
for this opportunity to be able to use one of your systems. It's proprietary to be able to share that with other agents, and this will work anywhere in the United States, right? And
definitely.
Canada, and so I have agents all over the U.S. and Canada, so that's
Yeah.
amazing. And I think we have like 120 listeners right now, or viewers right now, and so this is, you know, just a blessing to all of them. But it also reminds me on with your email, and again, that email is Ryan at ProTeam. M as in Mary, N as in Nancy.com, and that's for Minnesota. So Ryan's a Midwest guy, and so is the Hankers.
Ah, yes.
That I'm originally from Wisconsin. That's where that accent is. Some people think I'm from Canada, with however they say that, you know, with that accent. Anyways, we're the Midwest guys, and I love sharing this story on when I was a general manager at Procter & Gamble, managing the Southeast United States. We would build teams, and the way we built teams is we would make sure we always had on the team someone from the Western United States, because they were out of the box thinking, and you know, culture kind of goes from the west to the east. And then we would hire people out east, and for the intellect, the Harvard people, you know, whatever. But we always made sure that we had on our team people from the Midwest, like you, Ryan. And the reason why is because not only do they out of the box thinking, like with this refer system that you have, not only with the intellect and for you to develop this amazing business of yours and team, but they have, we pick people in the Midwest because they have heart. And that's where really we started this with, is that, Ryan, you have heart, you care about people, and it contributes at one of the main components, the three-legged stool, if you will, and one of the main components for your success. So that is exciting. Do you want to share anything? Is there anything else on Refer, or anything else you want to share with us before we end this amazing podcast together?
I can't think of anything, but
Man.
I just appreciate you having me on the show. It's great.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you, Ryan. Again, Ryan Fisher, he is the man, one of the top agents in America, that he's just shared the secrets on how for you to build your business and how to build a team. Because you'll get to the point where you just hang with us here, and you'll get to the point where you'll have so much business that, and using especially now Refer and Ryan's new system of Refer, you'll have so much business that you'll need a team in order to manage it all. And I want you to also start thinking about what you're going to be doing with all of your money. So with that, Ryan, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it, sir. I'm really grateful that we're going to all reach out to you at Ryan at proteammn.com in order to get that app that you have. And thanks for the gift card as well. So we really appreciate you. All the best to you, Ryan, and all the best to everyone out there. God bless you. Love you all.
Thanks, Doc.
Okay. I lost my little button here. It's still recording. You guys, hey everybody, I don't know why I can't get this. Whoop. Oh, let's see what happened. I don't know what happened there. Are you still on?
I'm still here. Thought I'd hang with you for a little while and just say hi.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here, what we'll do is I'm going to just, God darn it. Oh, yeah, there you are. Here, I think I got it now.
I lose mine all the time too. I don't know why because you share the view and then somehow it gets lost sometimes. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So anyways, now we're going to really say goodbye. Oh, no, oh, no, there we go. Okay. Do you want to stop? Yes.